Good morning, y'all. Today, I think today is Friday the 28th. Well, I just looked at my watch. It is very much so Friday the 28th. The time right now is 7:40. My first patient is in 20 minutes, y'all. 20 minutes. Today's vlog is going to be a spend the day with me, a daily vlog, if you will, or a day in the life of a home health nurse. So if you guys are interested in that type of aspect of things, then just keep on watching. If you are new to my channel, hey boo hey, my name is Carle Rae. I am a registered nurse. I have been a nurse for the last 13 years. And right now, girl, I am dibbling and dabbling into home health. I've been in home health for the last year. Absolutely love it. Game changer. The most money I've ever made right here, working out of my car, like going in and out to see my patients and things like that. Love it down. Love everything that, you know, that it comes. Well, not everything, baby, not everything. Let me pump the brakes. Not everything. On the schedule, I have about 5 patients that I need to see. And I've already called them. We call the night before all of our patients just to confirm the times. And, you know, they agree or they don't agree, or we, you know, change our schedule based off what availability they have. And so for me, my first patient thought that my LVN was supposed to come. And so I called my LVN, and so she's like, girl, no, he's not on my schedule. She was like, I thought I was supposed to see him on Friday, and I told him on Monday it would be me. And so I tried to call him back and let him know, hey, no, the registered nurse is actually coming out. And so since he's not on her schedule, he is on my schedule. I said, forget it out. You know, I'll still keep him because he was originally on my schedule anyway. He just thought that it was my LVN that, you know, he was supposed to see this week. I like to see my first patient usually at about 9 a.m. instead of 8 a.m. But, you know, I will say one thing about this generation. The older people, they don't like getting up super early. It's very few and far in between. That is one of the caveats that I will say about this generation of the elderly people. So right now, I just logged into my work tablet and I accepted all of my assignments today. And so what I mean by that is that, you know, with you accepting your work assignments, that's telling them like, hey, I have reviewed everything and I'm okay with my caseload. And so, you know, say you don't like what's on your schedule, you need to tell them before you actually accept those patients, because in that case, it could, you know, pin you down with more so of like a patient abandonment type, you know, situation. So always review your schedule after they solidify everything. So for us, they basically solidify our schedules at about 4 p.m. the previous day. So today's Friday, right? So at 4 p.m. Thursday afternoon, my schedulers had approved my schedule and said, hey, this schedule is good to go. And so I looked at it and I was like, okay, cool. And so the morning of, like today, which is Friday, you don't actually get to accept those assignments, because it leaves way for if, say, a patient says, hey, I can't make that time and we need to reschedule at this time. Like, it gives you room for that. And so that's one thing I will say that I like about it, is that it gives me room for that. And then as well as the fact that I get to call these patients and say, hey, this is the time that I want to come, you know, and this is the time that I'll be in that area. Are you available? And, you know, sometimes I can make accommodations. Like this patient, I'm making an accommodation. Not all the time will I be able to make an accommodation, because if I already see 2 or 3 patients in that one area and you can't be seen in that same particular time frame, then I'm just going to have to miss that visit for that day, because I can't come back to one area where I've seen majority of all my patients, go to another little area and then try to come back and catch you. You know, sometimes I will, sometimes I won't, just depending on what they have going on. If it's like a regular visit and it's just a routine check-in, I won't. But if it is a visit where there's wound care involved and I have to change the wound vac and things like that, then I have to be accommodating, because wounds are the exception because they have to be, they have to be tended to. I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in so long, in which I really haven't, because the last time I actually picked you guys up, I was at my cousin's party, which I don't know if I'll be done with that vlog before this one comes out. I doubt it, because I want this daily vlog to at least come out and y'all have something, to view, because I hate being absent. I'm really trying to pick it up and really just put the content out there. But baby, when I tell you it's hard, it's hard. It's hard to be a full-time parent, a full-time wife, work a full-time job, then try to come home and put out full-time content for YouTube. And my kids are not just like kids that go to school and come home. Like, my kids are like, they're all in some type of activity. Like right now, Chandler's in AAU basketball. So we do practice on Sundays and tournaments on Saturdays. And then we do training on Tuesdays. And then we do track as well in between those days. And we try to get 2 track days in. So Monday and Wednesday, Chandler will have track. And so really his only off days are Thursdays and Fridays. And sometimes on Thursdays, Avery has track meets. So Thursdays, we go to his track meets, and then Fridays are just like a free day. I keep these kids busy. When I tell you I do, because I don't want them so focused on playing the game and really not wanting to go outside and be active. No, my kids are gonna be out. They are gonna be very involved in sports and keeping them out of trouble. Really, that's my lifestyle, and that's truly what I believe in. Now, to each his own, and I'm not saying that you are a bad parent because you let your kid play the game after they get out of school, all day, every day. That's you. That's you and your kid and what you choose to do. But for me and mine, no. They get limited time on that game. They get limited time on their phones, because I feel like, and this just may be me, but y'all let me know too in the comments, but I feel like my kids are better kids whenever they haven't been so consumed with their phone and consumed with the game. Like, it's something when little boys get on the game and they're raging like doing all of that crazy stuff, child. It's little crazy stuff like that it just kind of gets up under my skin. Or they'll let somebody else on the game get them in their feelings and get them so upset about whatever it may be on the game, child. I don't be liking that type of stuff. And then Chandler is the type of kid that'll get on YouTube, like kids, right? But you'll see the kids' YouTube shorts, and so it'll say something about God, like, if you don't like this video in 25 seconds, God is gonna punish you. And Chandler thinks that God is gonna punish him because he didn't like the video in 25 seconds. And so I have to like I remember at one point it was so hard helping him, trying to get him to understand, like, hey, no, that is not true. God is not going to force you to like a video. If you don't, he's going to punish you. That's not God. That's somebody forcing you to engage in their content. But trying to get him to understand that level of reality, he could not understand it and could not grasp it. Like, baby, he was in tears whenever I took the phone and closed it out. Like, he was in tears thinking that God was really finna punish him. So that's the type of stuff that I do not like, and that's why I do limit the stuff that they see. But so yeah, enough of the yip yap, child. Like I said, I am on my way to my first patient. My first patient is just wound care. I'm going in to check up on the wound care, and then of course, like I have told you guys before, if you watch my vlogs, if you don't, let me go ahead and give you a quick little spiel. My type of home health care is like, I go into my patient's home, get vital signs, ask them a bunch of questions, and I educate them, and I write up a report about what all happened during the visit. I like to put it in the mind of like going to a doctor's visit every week, because we have a doctor that we report to. So, prime example, this patient, wound care. I will go and assess and see how the wound is, and provide the wound care, order supplies if need be. And then I'll do my vital signs, and then I'll do a full head to toe assessment. This visit should only take me about 30 minutes at the most. Then I'll hop to my very next one, which is a discharge. So that's my type of home health care. Now I know of another type of home health care where you have one singular patient for the entire day and you stay within their home, and it's normally like, you know, disabled people or people that have ventilators and things like that, or trachs. To each his own. That's not the type of home health care that I do. I have several patients, like today I have 5, and so each visit will vary in length, but my wound care is going to be about 30 minutes long. My discharge right after that is going to be about 40 minutes long. And then I also have a starter care after that, which is like an admission, just like an admission to the hospital floor. This is a admission to home health care. But good thing about this patient is that this patient has already been on our services before, so they already know about home health care and what all, you know, it entails. So that one should be easy breezy. So I would probably say I'll be in that house for like maybe an hour. But yeah, so that's typically how my home health care works. I love it this way. Maybe I get to stop, eat, coupon. I get to go to different, you know, restaurants. I get to go to different like gas stations and, you know, and things like that. So I love it. I promise you, I love what I do. They can never make me go back to the flow unless I have to. I will if I have to, but as of right now, no. Okay, so wound care was successful. No problems at all. What I like the most, I will say this, is the continuity of care that I have within my area. So my LVN saw him last week. I saw him this week. I saw him the week before my LVN saw him. But the one thing that I love is that, you know, I get to follow up on the complaints and issues. Not saying that he had a complaint about us, but just saying that, you know, I get to follow up on his problems, and make for sure things were handled and done appropriately. So it didn't even take me a full like 30 minutes, because one thing about my patients, they know, you know, like they know their stuff. Do I go down here? Can I come up the street? Yes, I can. So that was a quick in and out visit. Like I told y'all, these visits are not super hard. Yes, sometimes they can get crazy, overwhelming because the wound care and the other things that you have to do, yes, they can get like that. But you know, it's not like that all the time. Every home is not bad. You know, it's not that bad for me and for my company. I will say that every company will be different on what they accept and will not accept, but I will say for the most part, which I don't have nothing really to compare it to other than what people have told me, and I think that my agency does very, very well on, you know, having a clear mind of what they will and will not accept. And so for me, I'm very gracious for that. Now that I am done with his visit, I am going to pull over and chart before I go to my next one. Like I've already told y'all before in my previous vlogs, I don't like to keep my charting, like I don't like to hold on to it. So I like to go ahead and get it done and get it knocked out the way. So that way, when I go to my next patient, I'm not having to feel overwhelmed because I got multiple charts out. And it makes it better for the end of the day because I'm not having to bring so much charting home. Now, mind you, it is Friday, and so normally I would be off, but this week I am on call. And so how on call works is that we get referrals over the week, you know, over the week. And so if a patient wants to get an admission or has to be seen on a Saturday or whatever the case may be, because some of our patients may have dialysis where they are Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and so the only days that we can see them is Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays. And so some patients, let me put y'all up, Some patients we will have to see on Saturdays, and you know, some admissions will say, yes, I want you to come out on Saturday or Sunday and do the admission. So that's how you know, my Saturdays work. And I also have to answer the phones. So if a patient calls up and needs a nurse, then I have to decide whether I'm gonna send me out or I'm gonna send my LVN out. And so that's how on-call works. I have sometimes you will have regular scheduled patients, you know, on the weekends, and then, you know, sometimes it may be regular scheduled patients and the phones, or it may just be the phones. That's what I'm really trying to say, is that. But yeah, so that's how on-call works. I don't have to go to the office and sit up there. Like, I sit at home and I just wait for people to call if I don't have any patients. I'm just sitting at this truck stop and I am about to get to charting on this patient, so that way I can move to my next one. My next one is a discharge, like I just said. So that one should roll fairly quick, but I do have to call our office and ask them a question about a previous patient. Well, a later patient. I think he's my 5th patient of the day. I have to call the office and ask some questions about that. So, give me a second.
Yes, hold on a second. Okay.
Charting is done and completed for that patient. Sorry y'all, I had to talk to my husband about a few things, as well as make a work phone call as well, about a patient that I told you guys, you know, earlier I had later on today. So I finished up with that charting. I am on my way to my second patient. I am running a tad bit late because I was on the phone running my yap with my husband. And so for us, we have this app. Well, it's not necessarily, well, yeah, it is an app. It's an app called Invoke. And so with Invoke, we just talk to text. I love it, baby. I love it so much. And so I don't have to text out everything, but of course I was on the phone with my husband, so I couldn't text out everything. So I was typing, and it took me a lot longer to finish out the chart than it would have been if I had used Invoke. That's one thing that I will say. If your job has any, like if they do like a tablet like this and they have an app called Invoke, please use it, because it cuts down tremendously on the charting time. Now, if your job does not have that, then what you need to do is use Google Translate, like a Google's text to talk, I believe it is. So that will also work as well, but the only downside to that is it doesn't pick up on our medical jargon as much. So that's one caveat to that, y'all. It looks like it is about to throw down, honey. Let me show y'all this. Like, what? It really looks darker than it is on camera. But yeah, it looks like it's really about to storm and throw down. And y'all already know how I feel. If you are new here, then you don't know what I'm talking about. But girl, I don't like when it rains and I'm in this car. Like, it really looked like it's like a tornado is about to come, y'all. It is so dark. Like, y'all, look. It is like, it's not picking it up on camera, y'all. It is not. It is about like almost 9 o'clock now. Not really even 9, but it's so dark, y'all. It is so dark. I do not like being in my car because I feel like with my car, it hydroplanes because it's so low to the ground. So any little puddle, girl, any little puddle is gonna send it over. So I am almost at my second patient house. I think she will be a discharge. I'm not too for sure. Bro, it is getting dark. I don't know if y'all can tell on camera, but it's getting dark. Oh, this is scaring me. Like, the lights inside my car are on now because it's gotten so dark. Like, oh, y'all, I am afraid. I'm afraid now. I'm scared. I'm real scared. I'm pretty sure y'all can tell now because it's dark. But yeah, oh, there's the rain. There's the rain. I knew it. I knew the rain was coming. But yeah, so I'm almost at my second patient's house. They are a discharge, and hopefully she's cool with the discharge. After that discharge, I have a starter care, like I told you guys earlier. This starter care has already been on services before, so there's no issue or problem there. It's gonna be like an in and out type of situation. But now, girl, I gotta think, do I have a jacket for this rain? Because it's coming down. All right, here we go. Patient number 2, discharge visit. So I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, y'all, so finished up with my second patient of the day. Like I told y'all before, it was a discharge visit, and so that took me about 40 minutes or so. And so now my next patient, which is my admission, next patient is only about 5 minutes away. The downside to that, though, is that I have not filled out a lot of my admission paperwork that I would need to fill out for this patient. So right now all I'm doing is just driving to which I think I should turn around and go closer to their house, because there's a dollar store here right beside where my patient's house is. It'll give me time to maximize my charting and get everything done and fill out this paperwork really quick. So yeah, we are rolling, baby. We are rolling. The rain stopped, thank the Lord, because like I told y'all before several times, I do not like driving in the rain. I do not like driving in the rain. It seems like the older that I get, the scarier I get. Like, the more that I'm afraid that something could happen and I be taken away from my child. You get what I'm saying? I never want that to happen. Like, never, 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 never. So I'm very cautious now, whereas when I was younger, baby, I was like, that could never happen to me. Like, you never realize it until later on in life that you had that mentality of like you're invincible, like you're untouchable. Me feeling the feelings that I'm feeling now as a 35-year-old woman, I'm more so understanding like, no, baby, anybody can go about this piece whenever God say he's ready to take you, he gonna take you. And I think that's in the song. I know one day he gonna take me, and when he take me, he gonna take me. Yeah, I forgot. Oh, that's Lil Webby. That's Lil Webby, baby. That's Lil Webby. That's a little bit Lil Webby. Y'all can tell I'm a little country and hood at the same time, baby. But yeah, I know one day God gonna take me. When he take me, he gonna take me. Whatever that man said, he said something similar to that, baby. And I understand it. I feel it now. I feel it. Time right now is 9:38. My next patient isn't until I think 10 or 10:30, baby. Let me look and see, because if it's not until 10:30, that makes me feel a lot better, because now I have a lot of time. For me, I like to keep a note in my phone on my notes tab of all my patients, so that way I don't forget who I'm supposed to see and when I'm supposed to see. Because baby, that has happened to me before, where I have arrived at a patient's house way before time. Like, one lady was an admission and I arrived at her house at like 8:30, and I wasn't supposed to be there until like 4 o'clock, bro. I felt so bad. Because I woke that woman up out of her sleep. Yeah, my next one is at 10. So yeah, it's not 10:30, it's at 10. So I gotta really hop on it and get to it. Luckily, the patient stays right around the corner. It's a admission that we've already had before, so a lot of the medications and things like that should still be in effect. I will just have to review them all and, add whatever extras. That is the good part about having a patient, like, come back onto the services, because a lot of their information is still in the charts. So and see, alrighty, perfect. I'll be there in just a bit. Y'all tell me why. And this is where being a little bit too busy is messing up my brain. Because, girl, tell me why my admission that I did yesterday, baby, I took their whole folder. And now I am beside myself because I gotta go return this lady folder to her. Y'all, I cannot believe I did that, bro. That's a rookie move for me. That's really a rookie move. That is not a move that I'm supposed to be doing, you know, with me being a year in. We're supposed to keep these purple folders in the home with them. Like, this is theirs to keep, and so every time that we come out, we fill out all the necessary paperwork, you know, and, you know, we document their vital signs and stuff like that. So, child, I done took this lady whole folder. Her patient's home, and it is my admission, so I will see you guys in just a second. Well, really in an hour, but yeah, so this is my third patient's house, so here we go. And that's what I get for thinking that that home health assessment, or admission should I say, was gonna take only an hour. Baby, I was in there for an hour and 30 minutes. It is so crazy because there were so many different medication changes, and you know, I really had to pay attention to it all because we had old meds, and then a lot of them were discontinued or the dosage was changed. Like, I really had to pay attention, and then I had to do wound care, you know, so there was other things that I had to do. The one thing that I will say about living in the East Texas area and being born and raised from here, the people that you encounter are family members of people that you have went to school with. So yeah, I just think that's so crazy. It's such a full circle moment that, you know, you will see people in the past where was your friend or whatever in school, and then next thing you know, you're all grown up and now you're a nurse and you're taking care of their family member. So I always get like baffled by that. I always think that's like the coolest thing ever, because yeah, it's like I was just a kid. Like, I was literally just a girl. And so now I'm a whole grown up with 4 kids, child. But anyway, so I finished up with my third patient. I am on my way to my fourth patient's house. It is a recertification. So with recertifications, I am coming out and basically saying like, hey, there's a reason for me as the registered nurse to still be coming out. And there's a reason for our LVNs to still be coming out and checking in on him. And so my last patient was going to be a discharge, but some things changed within that last week or so. So that patient is actually going to be a recert, which I really need to call the family and let them know that it's not a discharge, it's actually a recert, because family was just kind of concerned. I do have to pill plan on this patient as well. And so what that means by pill planning is that I help set up their meds in like their little, you know, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday box. I set those pills up. That is one task that I know for sure that I will have to do. One thing that I like about recertifications is that we have case conference, right? And case conference is normally 2 weeks before the RN has to go out. And so we review all of our patients and we collectively decide whether or not this patient will need a recertification or a discharge. I already know my reason as to why we are recertifying this patient. Now, this patient is not normally one of mine. The RN that was normally over this area, she's sick. So I am filling in for her with this patient. But yeah, so that for me is very, very helpful, because if they're not a patient that I already know or have a history of, I really have to sift through the chart and figure out if we can keep them or if it is appropriate for them to be discharged. Like, and I feel like the best option is to have the registered nurse and LVN that has been seeing the patient, you know, really collectively make that decision. With case conference being 2 weeks ago, they already had given a reason as to why this patient needed to be kept. Like I said, the other RN for this area would have done it, but she is sick, so I am filling in. So I will be doing his recertification today. It is still raining, y'all. I don't know if y'all can hear that rain, but it is still raining pretty good. Luckily, I'm almost done. Just because I'm almost done seeing these patients, baby, don't mean that I'm done with the charting, honey, because I got a lot of charting. I got that discharge from earlier. I got my starter care, And I got this recertification. So discharge, no, starter care, discharge, recert. Yeah, I got 4 Oasis visits that I will need to get done before Monday comes. And so with it being Friday, I don't mind a heavier visit because I have Saturday and Sunday. But with me being on call, girl, hey, I got to get it down packed. Because, you know, on the weekends, if they have an admission or recertifications or something like that, all that charting piles up. So I try to get the bulk of everything done. So not gonna hold you, today may be a longer charting day than I would like to, but it is what it is. Money is money. This is a good money week. So I can't complain, baby, because I don't know if I told y'all, but for the last few weeks, we have been kind of slow. We haven't had that many referrals or admissions come in, and so we hadn't been meeting our productivity. And so for each person that's hired, we have a set amount of productivity points that we have to reach. And so we haven't been reaching productivity, which isn't a bad thing because we're all paid per visit. But the thing about it is that, you know, that affects your paycheck. So if you're not meeting those productivity points, it affects your paycheck. And so now that we have a new marketer on board, things are actually looking up. So I'm actually over productivity this week with picking up those patients from when the other RN was out sick. So I'm actually over productivity, plus I'm on call. So like I said, it's gonna make for a amazing pay week. It's really make for a really good pay week. So all right, we have arrived to patient number 4's house. We are about to go in, get this visit started. I'm still on my coffee, my handy dandy notebook, and we are about to head out.
And you get a complimentary Cancun resort stay and an optional bonus vacation to Orlando for just $498. What are you waiting for? 800-951-6541. 800-951-6541. This is not a contest. It is paid advertisement by Family Vacation.
All right, y'all.
Or its affiliates.
Just finished up with my 4th patient, on to see my 5th patient. So far, everything is rolling, everything is ticking well. We are actually right on time. I still have not eaten lunch yet, which I think that once I get back to my hometown, I'm gonna grab some food. Because one thing about it, 2 things for sure, Carly gonna love some Chick-fil-A, and every day she gonna go. Clock that T. So my 5th patient, I called his son and let him know that we're going to recertify. And I'm putting in the address now.
Starting route to 440, head west on State Highway.
Well, it just started back raining, but thankfully God let me make it into the car before it really started pouring down, y'all. And like I said before in this vlog, many times, baby, I hate driving when it's raining. So I have about 18 minutes before I meet my next patient. I will make it there ahead of time. So I will just go ahead and go into that visit early. Luckily with this patient, I did his starter care, so I pretty much know what's going on. It's not like I'm going to be going out there and being in the blind. So I already know what's going on. Last visit should be fairly easy, but anyway, y'all, it seems like it want to come down even harder. So let me get off this camera right now, girl, and focus, because I'm a little flustered. So the time right now is 2:05, and I have made amazing, spectacular time. Chandler doesn't get out till 3:20. I have about another 20-minute drive back into town. And so, so far, everything has rolled well. I do have a lot of charting. I will not hold y'all. I have a lot of charting to get done. Like I said, I have 4 Oasis visits, and if anybody out there is already in the home health care field, you already know the Oasis charting can take a long time, but I try to get most of my charting done in the home. So today, just to go over everything, I had a regular patient, which I finished up his chart with wound care. And then my next one, I had a discharge, which I got to finish her out. Discharges are super easy. I just got to finish out doing the chart. And then I had a starter care. And then I had a recert and another recert. And so majority of the charting is already done. It's just a matter of just getting it done. So I think I probably have another 3 hours worth of charting. So I started at 8 a.m. and it's 2, so 5. So I probably worked about 9 hours today, but I'm gonna do that other, and 3 hours is extreme. Let me be honest, 3 hours is extreme. So the good thing is that I can manage that and do it whenever I need to. Like today, when I get home, I'm gonna probably just chill when I get home. I'm probably not gonna really just touch that chart while I'm sitting in my kids' pickup line. I'm gonna finish out some stuff. But right now, baby, I'm finna go into town. I might do a little bit of couponing depending on if there's anything to coupon for. And then I am going to go eat and relieve my bladder, baby, because I have yet to relieve my bladder. Finna heat up Chick-fil-A and give me some lunch. So I have made it home, y'all. The time right now is 4 o'clock on the dot, and I am sitting here.
Stop lying.
I can't stand him sometimes. Anyway, y'all, it's 4 o'clock. I am home. I got a pile of clothes that my husband needs to put up.
3:59. Stop lying.
Anyway,
Look, guys,
here's Chandler.
3:59.
Say hi, Chandler. Tell everybody hi.
3:59.
Tell everybody hi.
Hi. Hi. It's 3:50.
Oh, yeah. So it's now 4 o'clock. I am home with this little goober goofy bear. And so we just got a letter. We just got a letter. We
From
just
who?
got a letter.
From who?
Wonder who it's from.
Who?
You don't know that, baby. That was back from my time. That was back from my time. Anyway, get up. Let me get my package, baby.
Oh.
We got a package that was sent to us for something that I'm pretty sure you guys would love, because I was so excited to receive it in the mail. Here, OMG, y'all.
What is that?
Look what I got.
What's that?
Oh, and it goes good
Mom, what's
with
that?
my outfit. So this right here, y'all, is a eye massager for real relief. And so it says it has air pressure. This thing plays music. It's hot.
Mommy, can you give it to
helps
me?
block out the noise. Like, OMG. Bob and Brad is the company. They did reach out to me to send me this product for me to try. So I am so excited
Who likes my
to try
car?
this. It says it was expertly developed by physical therapists. And y'all, if y'all already know, doing home health care, we work side by side with physical therapists.
Mom,
Baby,
can you show
I am
them my
so
car?
excited. So
Mom, can you show them
excited
my
to try this out, y'all, because needless to say, the last few days, I have really been stressed because volume has picked back up. Even like today, I'm not even gonna hold you. I got a slight headache because my boss did just call me, baby. And so this weekend, and here we go. I told God that I was so ready for, I told God I was so ready for more patience and volume to pick up and things like that, baby. Ugh. I got 3 more charts to finish on top of me potentially having 4 admissions this weekend. And I still got to go to this boy basketball tournament this weekend, AAU basketball tournament tomorrow. So y'all know I got to be so excited about this product. If I am pausing South Carolina and Maryland game to open this product, y'all. I am so excited, and not to mention it is purple. Y'all, this is heavy duty. Like, this is a heavy package. And I don't know if you guys, like, in the healthcare field or nursing field have seen these people, Bob and Brad. They are physical therapists on YouTube. I used to watch them all the time when I last tore my meniscus. If you guys know, you know. Any of my old OG followers, you guys know whenever I tore my meniscus, I was having to do a lot of rehab on my own so that way I can get back into working in the emergency room. And so I did stumble across their videos a while ago, just kind of figuring out different ways at home that I could manage my knee surgery. So if you guys are definitely looking for any advice or anything like that, any of my people out there that are physical therapists, occupational therapists, anybody that you guys would like to watch and learn from, please check out Bob and Brad here on YouTube. They have an amazing channel, y'all. Like, I kid you not, I used to love watching them. And then here's another picture of them. Y'all, I'm so excited. That is so crazy though, that people that I used to truly watch, and when they reached out to me, I was just like, you know, that sounds familiar, but I didn't really put two and two together. But I'm so excited to try out their product, because one thing I will say, I know their product is legit. It's not just like, you know, something that you can buy elsewhere on different sites and things like that. I'm so excited for this. So here is the box. It is by Bob and Brad. It is their Oasis 3 massager. It says the real massager for real relief. And so on the side, it gives its benefits. It relieves ocular muscle tension, which a lot of the times, if you don't know, looking at a computer or a tablet a lot of the time can generate those tension like headaches. It effectively alleviates persistent strain on ocular muscles for clearer vision. It will ease eye pain and headaches, which, like I told you, I have a slight little headache now. It says you can find relief from the annoying and debilitating pain in the eyes and associated headaches. It relieves eye strain and dry eye, combat the common ailments of modern life, eye strain and dryness with proven solutions, and it also reduces dark circles and eye bags. It restores a youthful and refreshed look by minimizing dark circles and puffy eye bags. So let's open her up. And so here is the user manual right here. We gonna check it out. We gonna look at it. I'm gonna look at it and see how to operate it. But I'm too excited. I'm honestly like a kid in a candy store. Mode 1 is air pressure plus heat plus music. And I'm that person, I have to listen to something at nighttime. Like, it can't be the TV, because that, you know, it has that light from the actual TV. I have to put my phone on and let it sit on the charger, and it will play either Family Guy or a YouTube video or something like that. So I'm that person. So I think mode 1 would be better for me. Mode 2, it says air pressure plus heat. Mode 3 is air pressure only. Mode 4 is heat only. Mode 5 is heat plus music. So, wow. It has a 15-minute auto off timer, which is good because you don't want it on all night. It comes with a gel mask. And so it says that the gel mask can be used alone at room temperature as a eye sleeping mask, or chilled for a cooling effect, which that's pretty cool. Out of the box, it comes like this, and it has its charger cable. It's the same charging cable for like the iPhone 15s. It's the USB-C, I think that's what it's called. But it's this charging cable right here, if you guys can see that. So that's the charging cable for it. It doesn't come with a block or anything like that. So, but here it is. Dun dun dun. Like, y'all, this is some high quality stuff. Y'all, I am too excited, and I can't keep saying it, but I'm so excited. Oh, wow. So here it is right here. And as you can see, it expands and contracts like that. Oh, that's where you charge it right there. That's pretty cool. And so these are the buttons right here. This is the heat. This is for music. This is for, I think like the air pressure, and that's to turn it on. So I'll go ahead and turn it on and see if it.
Bob and Brad eye massager is on.
Oh,
Air pressure plus heat plus music.
Oh, bro. Oh, it's playing music. Oh, y'all. Oh, wow. Okay, so this gives me the feel of like I'm at a spa. Like, you know how whenever you go get a massage or something like that and they got you laying on your back and it's listening to like that Oasis type of Zen music, and it has like heat right here, which I never knew would feel so good. Like the only time that I've ever felt heat like this is like, you know, when you wake up in the morning and you're washing your face and you put a warm rag right here and it feels so good to your eyes. Like imagine that feeling, but all the time. And then just imagine like how they give you like that facial massage and stuff like that. It's like a constant rotation. Y'all might think I'm lying, but I'm using this. This is amazing. I can see this truly helping with tension headaches. I can truly see this being applied for like people that, you know, have very, like say you had a stressful day or something like that. I can see this being very, very helpful for that. Like y'all, like I ain't even took it off yet because it feels so good. This is amazing. Oh, babes. It probably smushed the lashes and all. So be careful with the lashes, honey. But this right here will ensure some good sleep. And so one thing that I love about this, oh, I see what they're talking about, how, you know, after wearing it for a little bit, you'll have like, you know, a little bit of blur vision, but it's the same as like if you rub your eye really hard and like, you know how your eyes have to adjust. It's that same thing. It's nothing crazy. But so one thing that I love about this is the fact that you see how it's got my makeup in here, right? But this right here is one of those, it's that type of material that you can just take a wipe and just clean it off. Like, I love this thing hands down. If I might tell you a joke, but I'll never tell you a lie. This right here is going to be so crucial, especially for the times that I know for a fact that it's finna start, you know, getting heavier, the volume, patient load finna go up. And to be honest, this is gonna be good for the people that have like those migraine headaches. This is really good for the people that have, I don't know about y'all, but for me, whenever my cycle comes, I am now starting to get to the point where I have really bad headaches, especially in the beginning and sometimes now towards the end. And so this right here, like I said, it provides the heat. It provides the music to calm you down, and you can pair it with your phone and you can Bluetooth it. Like, if I never put you on to something, I'm putting you on to this. This right here, 10 out of 10. I'm not just saying that, and let me repeat it. I'm not just saying this because they sent this product to me. I'm telling you because it is such a tremendous product, and this is high quality, y'all. This is high quality stuff. Like, it's heavy. Like, it's heavy. And so I'm really excited for this. Chandler, you want to try it?
Yes.
Come on. Alrighty. Okay. So it's on. You good? Mm-hmm. Now watch this. Now give me your honest opinion, Chandler.
Bob and Brad eye massager is on. Air pressure plus heat plus music.
Feels good. It tickles.
Yeah.
Good.
Y'all, I mean, Y'all see it from him. You know, he likes it.
This is so peaceful.
Yeah. What, do you like the heat?
Yeah.
The heat feels good to your eyes? It's kid approved. It's mom approved. Like, I love this thing. I promise you, I'm going to be using this tonight. So if you guys are interested in the Oasis 3, then please check my description box down below. I have a direct link as well as a code for you guys to put in, so that way you guys can shop this product and probably get some money off. I'm not too for sure, but either way, shop the product. Like I said, you will not be disappointed. I am happy to promote this product because, like I said, I am in healthcare. I work alongside physical therapists and occupational therapists all the time, and as a woman that still have cycles, I still occasionally will deal with the tension headaches and things like that when my cycle is on. So this right here, game changer, especially with the heat. So yeah, check my description box down below.
It feels so good, bro.
Yes, check my description box down below. You guys will have a direct link to this product as well as a code that you guys can shop this product. So, all right, y'all. I'm finna let Cordell try it.
Y'all supposed to open my eyes?
Nope.
Is on.
Okay.
Air pressure plus heat.
Be real with them, though.
Oh, I feel a heat. What the hell?
What you think?
Feel like I'm in the future.
I said it gives me this feeling like I'm at a spa.
It give you spa vibes. I like it, but it's something that you want to be laying on your back to, like after a long day, good shower, you relax, lay back. Don't even put no pillow on your head, just lay straight back, flat back.
At the half, or now we get it back to Pam, Steph, and Holly.
She also look for the with the offensive rebound, but then Carle secures her.
Y'all. Yeah, she did say that. Yeah, they gotta get her back together. Y'all, it's 10 o'clock at night. I was supposed to have been finishing up that charting, child, but I ain't even get a chance to finish it up because I've been so invested in the Sweet 16 in women's NCAA basketball tournaments. So when I got home, I watched South Carolina versus Maryland. That was a good game. I watched UCLA versus NC State. That was a good game. And then now I'm watching UCLA and Ole Miss. This is a good game, baby. I got 2 charts out of the 3 finished. I got 1 more chart left. It is the starter care chart. That is the heaviest chart. I probably got another hour worth of charting. I really need to go ahead and get on top of it because with me having 3 starter cares tomorrow, 1 being an IV start, I want to go ahead and try to write down all the information that I can, so that way when I go see these starter cares, I don't have to fumble through the chart and try to hurry up and write down paperwork. Ooh, that reminds me, I think I'm gonna have to stop by the office early in the morning and get some more starter care folders because I got 1 more left and that's it. I actually have 4, so I need like about 5 starter care charts. So I gotta stop by the office. I'm glad I'm thinking about this and thinking everything through. So I gotta stop by the office in the morning then before I go to Challenge Tournament and get these starter care folders. But I'm gonna go ahead and write down all the information on my little notebook and I'm gonna show you guys what I do. I have a notebook that I take in with each admission or recertification or rock or, you know, whatever little visit like that. And I write down all the information that I know that later on my charting will ask for. Like, it'll ask for like insurance. It'll ask for when they were admitted and discharged. It'll ask for, you know, if they have any allergies. It'll ask for medications. It'll ask for different little things. And so I like to go ahead and write all that information down so I don't have to flip back and forth through the chart. That helps a lot with cutting down on time. Now, on my TikTok, if you guys do not follow me on my TikTok, please do, please do. I am seeing a lot of you guys really just telling me that you guys are trying out home health care, which I love that for you guys. Y'all, and don't mind this stain on me, channel wasted coffee, child. But yeah, so, yeah, I just told them that you spilled coffee on me.
I don't see a stain.
I like to go ahead and write down this information so that way whenever I am doing the actual chart and finishing things up, I don't have to flip back and forth, because that helps me cut down on time. So I am seeing a lot of you guys saying that you guys are trying out home health care, which I love that for you guys. I'm so happy that I could be inspiring to you guys and let you guys know that, hey, you can try out home health care, because baby, if I can do it, and I'm a little bit bougie too, if I can do it, you can do it. So, one thing I will say, you have to be effective on your time management. If you know you don't have good time management, home health care will not be for you. Just because you're done seeing your patients don't mean that you're done with your job. If you still got charting left, girl, get that charting done. Make time throughout the day to do your charting so you don't have so much when you come home. Nobody really wants to deal with, you know, finishing up charting and stuff like that. Like charting on 6, 7, 8 different patients. Baby, no. That's how you're going to get tired of your job, and that's how you're going to want to leave and think that it's not for you. You just have to be effective at your time. Get majority of the charting done in the home, so that way even when you do leave the home and you got to stop and chart, it's not that much that you have left to do. Hang on, y'all, let me let this dog out. Come on, Paco. All right, so that was one thing, as well as if your job has like the talk to text, like the text to talk app, please use it, because when you're having to write out your narrative or go over everything that happened throughout the visit, you don't want it to be very daunting and just having a tap, 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 tap. You don't want to do that. Whenever it's like that, even me, myself, I see where I only chart like the bare minimum. Whereas whenever I'm actually talking like this and it's just, you know, blurting it out and, you know, typing it, you know, as I'm talking, my narratives are lengthier, it's beefier, it paints a better picture. So that's one thing that I will tell you to invest in that. My job uses an app called Invoke. So it picks up all my medical jargon. I noticed that before I started using Invoke, I was using like Google Text to Talk, and it wasn't really picking up on my medical jargon as much as Invoke. But now that I'm on Invoke, oh baby, me and Invoke go together real bad. Real bad. So if you don't have Invoke, try it out. I don't know how you gonna get it. I don't know, girl. I just know it's thebomb.com. So, but yeah, I love Invoke. All I do is just talk out my narrative. It, you know, charts it as I'm talking. Baby, I feel like I'm a whole doctor up in that thing. I'd be like, skilled nurse to patient's home for routine visit, multi-system assessment performed. Patient denies any chest pains or palpitations, period. Lungs clear to auscultation, period. Patient denies any bowel or bladder issues, period. No skin issues identified, period. Patient educated on checking his feet daily as it relates to him being diabetic. Patient also educated on signs and symptoms of hypoglycemia, such as confusion, weakness, dizziness, blurred vision. You see how quick that was? Like, girl, I would have been still trying to text that first sentence if I was texting it rather than talking it out.